Hey y'all, it's your girl KV, and I'm here with review for a new series, which is Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Basically, the Black Summer House, y'all. So far, I really like this show. Y'all know I like a good, fresh concept with people that's not necessarily trying to be stars. They just living their lives. You know what I mean? They're not trying to do this for attention like that. So this and also the other show I like, which they are celebrities, but they not trying to do all hard for attention, is Celebrity College Hill. You know, they just out there. They got a goal of getting this certificate to better themselves in their lives, for their family and their children and all of the things. All of them except for one, but we'll get to that in another review maybe later today. So let's get started. I'm noticing this like the first time I done had on a full shirt in a while, because I'm usually coming right from working out when I do my reviews. That's why my hair be always looking all sweated out and need to be done. It's always like right after a workout. But anyway, that's beside the point. On to the review. So as I said, this is Black Summer House. So Black people, friends, and associates getting together for, I think they said 15 days. 15 days in the same house, y'all. The nucleus slash newlyweds of the group is Jasmine and Silas. So they've been married for 3 months and they got engaged after 6 months. And then we later find out that he went to the service right after they got engaged. So overall, we kind of get the gist of they don't really know each other like that. Who's to say how long they had been dating for real? Especially with him, like I said, being away for military training. So they're the nucleus of the group. Like I said, married for 3 months, but she's very much like, oh, I'm such a wife, you guys. I was born for this, and I am such a wife, you guys. So next we see Preston. Preston come in, and the first thing I noticed about Preston is, oh my, Jasmine and Preston hugging pretty hard. Preston must be, you know. And I was like, okay, he is. And Preston and Silas are line brothers. He talks about how they didn't quite, get off to a good start, but of course, eventually they became really good friends. So next we see Bria. And Bria is a part of the little Playboy Club girls. So Jasmine, Shanice, Jordan, and Bria all worked as Playboy bunnies at the Playboy Club. So they're over there. And here comes Bria. She walks in with a dog, Milo. Just, little yipping ass dog in her hands. Says this is her emotional support animal. She didn't tell nobody about this dog. She just popped up with this dog. And the first thing I noticed about the dog is this is a little red, like a long-haired dog. So you know this hair finna be everywhere if you know anything about dogs. So next we see Nick and Alex arrive. Both of them are Kappas, and you can see the back and forth going about the fraternity things. Well, what they say? He was like, of course they're Kappas. Look at them. They're dressed like pretty boys. Look at how they look. Nick got the little top hat on. He looked like he finna go to a Kentucky Derby at all times, honey. At all times, okay? So they get there. Alex is tall, he's a little more chilled, laid back type of Kappa. He ain't so put on like Nick is. So he's a vegan. He don't really drink like that. He said he have a glass of wine every so often, but he don't really drink like that. Next we see Amir, and Amir's a little cutie pie. He's black and Lebanese, and he is Nick's friend. So you can kind of tell off the bat, he ain't got no ties to the black side. His mom is Lebanese. That's who raised him. His daddy's black. He wasn't really in his life. So he's there. Milo loves Amir. He gets to hold him, and Milo is just licking all of his. Milo is like, this is a nice guy, Animals and children, y'all, they gonna tell you the truth. They gonna tell you who the crazy people, who the evil intent people, and who the good pure people. And Milo went all over, just loved some Amir, y'all. Loved him some Amir. So next we see Jordan, which I said was another one of the Playboy Club bunnies. Jordan is the girl's friends, and Silas says she's the party friend. I'm like, they were Playboy bunnies. They were all the party friends. What do you mean? All of them were in the nightlife, so they were technically all the party girls. So that let me know that he had a problem with Jordan, and this wasn't gonna be the last we hear of this. Especially in this house where it might be a night where the girls go off somewhere without the guys. I could tell instantly this is likely going to be brought back up. So next we see Mariah, and y'all, Mariah is just everything to me. She just looked like, I could tell from her look, like, oh, okay, this a little witchy chick. She gonna be on some little woo-woo stuff. She was giving a bit of sapphic vibes. So I was just like, okay. Her and Jasmine were college besties. They were kind of like, they're definitely giving Jasmine lives to annoy Mariah, and Mariah lives to correct Jasmine. Like, they're definitely that dynamics where, yeah. Even the story that she told about them meeting, she said her arm was in a cast, and Jasmine came up and high-fived her. She was like, why would you high-five my broken arm? Why? So you can tell from there what their dynamics is, just from that and the personalities alone. So next we see the guys playing pool, and Amir is like, is this a dibs type of situation? Are we telling dibs with the guys? Because if so, I'm here for Jordan. He said, make no mistakes, okay? I'm here for Jordan. So if you here for Jordan too, we can battle it out. Just so everybody knows, just so we clear. You ain't gonna have to wonder. I'm here for her. All right, bet, cool. They had dinner and all this stuff, and we find out that Alex is John Legend's cousin. So I thought that was cute, and you could kind of, it's funny because they are very much even keeled. You can see that they have that same little mannerism. Like the person that John Legend presents himself to be, the image that I have in my head of him is very much Alex. Just super cool, ain't gonna raise his voice above a certain octave unless he's singing a note, okay? That is absolutely what Alex and John Legend give. So, yep, cousins it is. So, y'all know I'm in my she shed. I be out in my she shed, y'all. And it's the kind of dreary day. So the birds are trying to figure out, I guess it's gonna rain or something. So the birds are trying to figure out what they finna do, where they finna go. So they just been doop, 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 doop by both of these windows. I got a window right here, window right here. And they just been going ham. And sometimes they like to, for some reason, run into my she shed. It's full here. You can see it. They know it's here. There is a metal roof, and they will like sometimes just flat out boom, I hear them hit it. But sometimes I can tell that they're probably perching up on it, because as they're stopping, you can hear the screech of those little claws on the roof. So in case you hear that, and I'm not being attacked, I'm okay. There's no pterodactyls or anything. It's just these little birds, and then there's a lot of animals in the neighborhood, so they gotta stay high enough that the cats or my dog don't eat them, because they will. So they just out here just staying alive, y'all. All right, back to the review. So we see Jasmine in the confessional, or the truth booth, whichever is whichever. I think the truth booth is the one they have at the house. But we see Jasmine in her confessional, and she, like I said, I was born to be a wife. I was born to be at Martha's Vineyard, you know, every summer. So now that I finally stepped into the life that I belong, I just act like I've been here for all such times. She really gives an unlikable Regine Hunter. Way less fashionable, of course, but the airs I'm gonna put on, like I'm this and I'm that. But it's like, girl, you don't know nothing about that. Calm down just a little bit. That's the slight tease, not all the way, the slight tease that she's giving. So she's like, every time we come to Martha's Vineyard, we come with a purpose, and da da da. And then we see Mariah in the confessional, like, oh, she like they come every year. This is their second time. This is their second time at Martha's Vineyard, y'all. And then they go on to say that after college, Jasmine was living in New York and she told Mariah to come up there and visit her. Mariah drives up there to visit her, ends up staying to live. Well, I think they said to live, so yes, end up staying to live. Jasmine didn't tell Mariah that she was about to be evicted. She didn't have no money for the rent. I guess she just thought Mariah would have the money for the rent and they'd be able to figure it out together. No, ma'am. Those girls was homeless in their car for months. Months. Homeless in Mariah's car. They said they was taking showers at the Planet Fitness, y'all. I was just like, who does this and why? Who does this and why? Is this what drove Jasmine to be a Playboy bunny at the club so she can meet some ballers and get up out the car? Because, honey, that was just too much for me. And then to be, like I said, acting so bougie and so, oh, every time we come to Martha's Vineyard, girl, you was just living in your car not too many years ago. Not that long ago. So that was comical to me. So now Jasmine and Mariah are writing a show about that experience. You know, it's giving Black Two Broke Girls. I'm here for it. I wouldn't mind watching it, seeing what it's about. So they're getting ready for a writing session and they're figuring out, you want to go in the sunroom or the living room. They go to the sunroom and sit down. Milo's hair, the dog's hair, is everywhere, all over the sofa. So they're pissed. They go get some tape and they're like getting all the hair off and they're like, hey, Bria, Milo's hair is kind of everywhere. And she just goes, well, I can't do anything about it. I don't know what to tell you. I can't do anything about it. Keep your dog off the furniture. That's what you can do about it. Put your dog on one of those little allergen sweaters where they be having them dogs looking crazy in them skin tight bodysuits so that your dog doesn't shed. Brush your dog so that your dog doesn't shed. Don't let your dog on the sofa. Don't let your dog on the sofa. And meanwhile, while this is happening, Milo is swimming in the pool. I would have a problem with that. I would have a problem with that. I don't take baths with dogs. So for a dog to be swimming in a pool that I get in for recreation and relaxation, I would have a problem with Milo swimming in the pool. So after Bria just kind of blows it off, they call her in there. Mariah's like, nah, we're going to deal with this now. Bring her in here. They bring her in there. And it's just such a... Bria is just acting like, I don't know what to do about it. You can keep your dog off the furniture, girl. It's literally that simple. She's like, look, this is my emotional support dog. This is my emotional support dog. Jasmine said, well, emotionally, I feel disrespected. Y'all, that cracked me up. Emotionally, I feel disrespected. I'm with Jasmine in this moment and only this moment. So, like I said, Milo is sitting there while this is going on. And Doc sense everything, y'all. Milo knew that they was talking smack. Milo shakes all his pool water on them. So they like, this is what we need not to happen, Bria. Get your dog out of the pool and off the sofas. Okay? Okay. So Mariah is, she's like, I don't have to deal with this. I can go home. I got a 7-year-old, yada, yada, yada. If I'm going to be here, I'm going to be here to have fun. I'm not going to be arguing and all this stuff like that. So later on, one of the guys, I can't remember which one it was, one of the guys had these like leg compression things, and he lets Bria use the leg compression things, and she's set up on the couch and everybody else is on the side where the kitchen is, but it's like all pretty open. So Jasmine's talking to somebody, I think it's Preston. Jasmine's talking to somebody about Bria, and Bria was like, I'm right here, right? You know I'm like 10 feet away from you, right? And so she goes up there like, oh girl, what are you doing over here, girl? Oh girl, you're so crazy, girl. You are so crazy. And it just, lends to how fake Jasmine is. And all in the confessionals. All of her friends are just pretty much clowning her about being fake and being such a, oh, we always do this and we always do that, and oh, she has a problem with this person because of something that got nothing to do with her. So all of the friends openly acknowledge that this girl is just doing the most. So they fake smooth it over for now because, oh my gosh, she coming talking about her. Let me just sweep it up and then call her a bitch later behind her back. So they're at dinner later on. They kind of have an all white, dressed up, go to dinner. And Amir is applying the pressure, baby. He's like, oh, are you cold, Jordan? Are you cold? And gives her his little jacket and, you know, being the perfect little gentleman over there, having sparking conversation and all of the things. Jasmine has all these prompts, all of these pre-selected questions to bring up to the group to have these thought-provoking conversations. They're like, we don't have time for all of that. Somehow, I don't remember what the previous conversation was about being single or whatever it was. But then she goes, so we're going to circle back to the struggles of singlehood. But right now, let's figure out, you know, everybody go around and let's say where we're from and what we do. Let's start with Jordan. Jordan said, I think I just want to have an authentic conversation with no prompts. Who? She said, I want to have an authentic conversation with no prompts. Silas said, oh, where? You want to have an authentic conversation? I got one for you, Jordan. You are the party friend. He sound like he trying to make her the friend, you know, the HO3 friend as well. He trying to put it off on Jordan like, you got my wife out way too late in these streets. And that's how episode 1 sinks into episode 2, where Silas is going in on Jordan about this, that. I would call her while he was in training, y'all. It's not like he was at home waiting on her. It's not like he was at home waiting on her. He's off at military training. He calls her at 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's start there. I don't care where you at. 2 o'clock in the morning, the call at 2 o'clock in the morning, you better send some real sweet text, some video messages, and I'll send you some video messages and sweet text when you wake up. But 2 o'clock in the morning, you calling me because that's when you free or that's convenient for you, that was already a problem for me and a red flag. Silas is many red flags. One, he looks like he's older than her. Let's start there. Silas is giving 38. Bria is giving 32, 33. And that's being nice for Silas because it's kind of giving that 38 to 42 range. So strike red flag 1. The next one is, they said he's West Indian, right? Is he? No. He's African. African and West Indian man, they got a whole different set of rules and culture that a lot of women have a little bit of difficulty morphing into, especially the life of a former Playboy Bunny clubmate. I'm sure she has some difficulty fitting in what he feels is proper for his wife to do. Hence, her being out at 2 o'clock in the morning when he calls, y'all. So, Jordan is like, does she have a curfew? No, really, does she have a curfew? That's something I would need to know. Does she have a curfew? And he tries to make the conversation in episode 2. He tries to then turn the conversation into safety. Well, it's not safe in those hours to be out at 2. And they're like, it's New York. Most people don't go out until 12:30, 1 o'clock. Like, and some people are like, well, yeah, that's your wife. And, you know, even if taking gender out, a person wants to make sure that their spouse is safe. Yes, a person always want to make sure that their spouse is safe. I'm not going to take that away from you at all. Not one bit. But having a problem with her being out when you're not home, and that sounds like more of a you problem, or at the very least a you and her problem and not a Jordan problem. So Jasmine, she defends herself. She like, listen, don't try to, skirt around the situation. If you got a problem with it, say what it is or talk to your wife. Like, I don't be out in these streets being unsafe. I ain't never played about that. I done been here before you and we was fine, and we're gonna be fine if you go somewhere. Okay? So don't get it twisted. Okay? I ain't out in these streets like that unless it's for a check. So they get home, they get back to the house, and Silas asks Jasmine, do you think I went in on her unnecessarily? And she's just like, yeah. And he's like, really? Well, this, that, and the third. She's like, yeah, I feel like if you have a problem with me being out late, that's a problem with me. You don't have to direct it to her. And he's like, well, I guess I just associate, you being unsafe or out at night with Jordan, and I just kind of took it as her too. Whatever. Like I said, y'all, that's that controlling stuff. You trying to get everybody in line around her. I wouldn't be going for it. Not I. So, needless to say, it ain't that deep of an argument. They gonna bang out this frustration, y'all. And they was like really in there getting it. I was like, my goodness. And then they gonna have a little clip of Milo looking like, what are they in there doing? What is happening in there? And I was like, oh wow. And I remember hearing on some other reality show where they said if you get under the covers, they can show whatever they want to show because you're under the covers. If you don't want you having sex to be aired, you have to be naked, like have a titty out on top of the cover, your ass cheeks out, because they can't show it. Like, they really not supposed to. Some people will probably just put a big blur on it, so it really don't matter. But I heard somebody on a reality TV show say that, and I saw this, and I was like, oh my goodness, we've never seen this like this on just a regular show. This ain't like no HBO or nothing where we expect a sex scene or nothing. But anyway, the morning comes and we see that Jasmine, she is just, she wants to be a Stepford wife so bad, you guys. She's in there making breakfast. I cook breakfast for him every morning. And what blew me, and this gonna sound petty, it is a bit petty, but when you allow yourself to be such this Stepford wife, such this bougie person, and you in here scrambling the eggs in the skillet with a fork, ain't nobody teach you better than that. At least get a spatula, a rubber spatula to do that, at the very least. At most, you get the rubber spatula so you can really scramble those eggs right. So for her to be in there trying to get the eggs were scrambled hard, and she in there whipping it with a fork. I was like, ooh, she'd be scratching the whole pan into them eggs, transferring them out that dish. I already know it, y'all. That is one of my cooking pet peeves. Don't put no fork in no pot. My mama and my grandma, they did not play about that. Get that fork out my pot. That is what these spatulas and these spoons are for. Get that fork out that pot. So Amir is still trying to woo Jasmine. He takes her on this little kayaking adventure out in the backyard. And she's like, we gonna do this? She didn't know it was a date type deal. She thought it was gonna be some other people. So when she got out there, she was like, oh, I'm the only one you tricked into doing this. Like, girl, you the only one that matters. Okay? This fool in the confessional talking about, yeah, I want us to have our Titanic moment. They're like, you know that ship sank, right? He is so corny, y'all. He is so cute, but you can definitely tell he lacks that black man swag. You know what I mean? So he's so cute and corny. It's a good corny. I think it's a good corny. He's so cute. So they go bowling. Everybody wants to go bowling. They're going to go out afterwards. So Bria is asking if Simon can come. If Simon can come for the whole last week, because he's in Germany, so it ain't gonna make no sense for him to come for the weekend to go back overseas. If he gonna be here, he gonna be here for a week. And I think I forgot to mention it, but Bria and Jasmine have this thing. They're kind of feuding about Bria's relationship because Jasmine just does not respect Bria's relationship. And she said, she was like, I don't respect her relationship because it's not a marriage yet. It's not a marriage. So she just kept on asking her, who are you gonna hook up with in the house? The guys are cute. You thinking the guys are cute? Bria's like, I'm in a relationship. She was like, I just think Jasmine's in a confessional. Her moving to Germany to be with this guy just seems a little aggressive. Girl, you forcing this Stepford wife persona when you only been married to somebody for 3-4 months is aggressive. Like, excuse me? Girl, doing the most. So after bowling, Mariah is like, I'm gonna gift you guys a ceremony. I'm gonna do a moon mass ceremony. And it's a hoodoo ritual type thing. And my thing about this is, you have to ask people consent if they want to do these things. You don't just spring it on them as, oh, this is what we're gonna do. A lot of people's religion is sensitive. Now trust, I'm on the hoodoo side of things. I'm not on the sensitive religion side of things. But I know you can't just spring this up on Black people in this manner. Especially to say, while we're on the way home after a night of bowling, everybody think they finna go and chill. Now you want us to be activated in this sense of where we have to tap into whatever it is that you want for us to tap into to be able to feel something that we really don't know what it is. You just sprung this on us and it's cold outside. So this was just a disaster, you guys. They were not feeling it. They all wrapped up in their blankets. Milo all wrapped up in the blanket. Bria wrapped up in the blanket. Everybody just out there cold. So they out there and she's like, oh, let's do this. Oh, and then this. No, and then this. It looked like they might have been out there for at least 15, 20 minutes before she had said something along the lines of asking them a question about, you know, how they feel or what they want, something like that. And somebody was like, I think it was Jordan, I would like to go inside. Jasmine says, mentally, I think we're all there. Okay, saying Jasmine, but her one-liners be cracking me up. Mentally, I think we're all there because they're so real. Like, girl, it's cold. You doing, you know, some weird stuff out here. We don't even know what you're talking about. You just sprung this on us. You should have told us this morning so that we could have asked you some questions and better been prepared for this situation and known that it was coming to be able to be more mentally prepared and willing to participate in this. Because even me, someone that's technically a practitioner of hoodoo rituals, I would have been like, girl, right now in the cold, I'm sleepy. She burning the sage and everybody choking out the sage and Sage is very strong, but if you choke on it, you probably the devil. But like, yeah, that's just like a lot to just make somebody do, just throw them into. So yeah, mentally they were already in the house. They all wanted to go in the house, and that's what they did, y'all. And she was offended, and I could tell that this was kind of coming up on why Mariah is not full cast, because Mariah is not in any of the promo pics that I see. Mariah is not featured as full cast. So I'm guessing this is the beginning of the end for Mariah, because I can see her being offended and holding on to that, especially if she's feeling like, I'm already arguing with this girl about this dog that she knew she shouldn't have brought without telling nobody. I got a 7-year-old at home that I could be with. Like, I don't really need this. I can see her not wanting to stay, because why would she? Ain't nobody gonna be stressed on vacation. Stressed on vacation? Who all go on vacation? Who do that? So next we see another friend gets there, Shanice. Shanice gets there and the guys are like, pulling up her Instagram. That's her. I mean, she don't look like her pictures. I said, the nerve of these, the nerve. Talking about she don't look like her pictures. The only thing that was different about her versus her pictures is she had some dark circles around the eyes. But I mean, get over it, guys. Get over it. She don't look like her pictures, but they still thirsty for the light skin, curly hair cute girls, so they don't care if she looked just like her pictures or not. They still gonna be on her. So the girls are in the kitchen and they're having a conversation. Oh, which guy do you think is cute? And what about this? And what about that? Who do you think has BDE? Big energy, right? And Mariah, like I said, y'all, in the beginning, she gave me sapphic vibes when she hit the scene. She gave me, she gave me like this and not like this vibes. You know what I mean? So when she was like, me, I got the BDE. I said, I bet you do, Mariah. I bet you do. Mm-hmm. Oh, so in the previous scene, they didn't actually go bowling yet. I think they went out to eat, but they were talking about going bowling the next day. So this is a scene where they go bowling. Where they're getting ready to go bowling. And Mariah is staying back because she just wants to cleanse herself of what happened with the moon mask last night. She's still feeling a little, so she gonna give herself a minute and she gonna meet them when they go clubbing. So Mariah is doing her laundry and right before they walk out. And I'm like, did production do this? It's given. Production said, hey, Mariah, go do your laundry before they leave out. You guys, hold on just a second. Take your time leaving. It definitely gave production moment because what are the odds that she's doing her laundry right as they're walking out and just enough time to go confront Bria before she walks out of the door. You know what I mean? So anyway, Mariah goes to check the laundry and Bria put her dog stuff in with the bath towels, y'all. I was flipping for Mariah. Like, I have had a dog for dang near as long as I can remember. I have very few memories of not having a dog in my life. I got my first dog when I was like 4 or 5 years old. That dog lived until my freshman year of college. Y'all. From 5 to 18, I had my first dog. And I've had my second dog. I got her junior year of college. So as soon as I got my own apartment, I wasn't on campus no more. So I had to be about 20. And that was junior year of college, over 2 years ago. So most of my life, there is less than 5 years of my life that I have not lived with a dog, y'all. But Bria is out of control with this. You do not put your dog laundry in with your regular laundry. I am so particular with it. I have to run an empty laundry load after I run my dog stuff. Like, I put nonsense in the dryer after I dry my dog stuff just to have something that may collect the hair that the dog stuff may left behind. I don't even wash clothes directly after my dog stuff. But so for Bria to put the dog stuff in with the towels that you dry your body with, y'all. Mariah reacted for sure, but the way I really reacted is way hotter than that. So I don't blame her for nothing that she did, especially with the way that Bria responded. So Mariah just walks up to her like, hey, why would you put your dog stuff in with my towels? Da, 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 da. I put your stuff in the dryer already. You knew your stuff wasn't in the wash for you to put your stuff in there. Put your dog stuff in there with my stuff. Bria said, well, that sounds like a personal problem. That's your problem. That's a personal problem. And Bria, she was already getting on my nerves because she had too much, is it banana powder? Hold on, y'all. It's my husband. Okay, I'm back. But Bria and that makeup, she had all that, what is it, but the banana powder? All that banana powder or translucent powder or whatever it was just caked on her face. And it's like, you look ridiculous, okay? You look ridiculous. And she got her finger all up in Mariah's face and all this, just being extra. This is a personal problem. That sounds like a personal problem. That's your personal problem. She was doing way too much for me. So Mariah was just like grabbing stuff and like put it on her like, here, you need to get your stuff. Bria threw it back at Mariah. Mariah took it again and kind of like, she didn't push her, but she put the stuff on her chest like, get your stuff. And then Bria just kind of flinged it on the ground, whatever. Bria starts like throwing popcorn or whatever she was eating, starts throwing that at Mariah. Just being real extra, y'all. Being so extra. Bria is really acting like she about their life. And I don't put nothing past nobody, because you don't know who got the hands when it really get down to it until it get down to it. So I ain't gonna put nothing past her, but she bucking up, A, like she not the one in the wrong, and B, like she really about their life. And it's truly giving Mariah will fold you up. That's my predictions, that Mariah will fold you up. Okay, it was so intense for no reason, y'all. So next, everybody leaves, but Preston, he had a call or something to get on. I think he said they had a fraternity chapter call, which cracked me up, because I'm like, Silas ain't that involved, but Preston is definitely given treasurer of my chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, Silas will miss the meeting. Preston, you better be over there on that call. So he stays behind for work or for the call, somewhere in there. Some of these things happen somewhere in here. But in the midst of that, Mariah is venting to him, and she just kind of breaks down. And he walks over to her. He's like, "May I?" I was like, "Oh, I love Preston. He's so politically correct. He's so like, I'm going to make sure I ask consent. I'm going to make sure that, things are set up a certain way." And even in the first episode, he made it known that like, I don't feed into this black excellence notion, because what is it saying? That we have to be elite and pleasing to the white man's standards to be excellent. So Preston said, "I'm a gay activist. I don't play this. I tell people I'm gonna speak my mind. You better be glad I don't say everything that come to my mind." Okay, that's Preston, y'all. So he goes over there, "May I?" And he hugs her. He consoles her, and she's like, "Please." Like, yes, please hug me. It was such a cute and sincere moment. And so next we see over at the club, Bria is now mad at Shanice, because Shanice didn't come to her rescue when her and Mariah were arguing. As much as you was bucking up, baby, you didn't seem like you need nobody's rescuing, nobody's assistance. Like, what was the purpose? You didn't need help. You didn't need help. I always hate people like, "You should have helped me." What am I gonna help you for if you didn't need help? You didn't need help. Now, if you was getting chewed up, I'd be like, holla. She might be wrong, but you ain't gonna be talking to her like that. You feel me? You ain't gonna be degrading her like that. You feel me? You need to calm down. You sit down. I'll talk to you later. But I feel you. I feel you. But it could be said better than that. You didn't need no help though. Shanice didn't need to come say that. You didn't need no help with Mariah. You was bucking up at her like you wanted to fight. So the fact that she was mad at Shanice for not jumping into a fight when she just got in the house, she don't even know what's going on with y'all. This is beef from leftover stuff earlier. She didn't know that. She was right by skedaddling on out the house and being like, "Shoot, is this a clear or a dark night? I'm riding with you. I bet. What club we going to? Okay, cool." She ain't got time for all that extra mess. And I don't blame her. So next we see Phil get there. And I just want them to return him to Cinder as quickly as he got there. Like, please send him away. I knew when he walked up and fell in the bushes that he was just going to be annoying, because why are you that grown and that drunk? And you ain't even at your destination. Like, so that was already annoying for me. Preston is the only one that's at the house. He's staying, Preston and Mariah are the only ones at the house. They're staying back at getting ready. Preston was like, "Oh, he seems like he can be fun. Seems like a fun guy, but he also seems like someone that needs attention." And Preston hit the nail right on the head, because when Phil gets there, he's yelling at Preston, "Hurry up, it's shot o'clock. We gotta take a shot." Preston's like, "Okay, I'm just getting dressed." "Man, you soft. We're gonna take some shots. Can my man get dressed? Did you want him to come down, me just swinging behind the towel to take a shot with you? Is that what you really wanted, Phil?" It was giving Team too much. He goes around, and I guess somebody told him that there's a dog in the house. He hears the dog. He opens up Shorty's room, Bria's room, and Milo goes flying out. And Milo's basically giving him a tour of the house. There's some over here, some over here, some over here, some over here. He finally catches Milo, put him back in the room. But now he's mad because he notices that somebody is in his room. Nick is in his room, y'all. I told Bria I wanted that room. She was supposed to put a note on the door. I'm finna take a poop in the toilet and not flush it. And that's what he did, y'all. This grown man went and took a poop in the toilet and didn't flush it because he was mad that someone took a room that he was not there to claim. Y'all, my husband's so eggy. Why he leave for the day and left the dog outside? Can y'all hear my dog barking? I just got like 5 minutes and I can finish this up and get the loading. So y'all just might have to hear her for a little bit. So next we see Shanice. And Shanice had came on the scene like, I'm trying to smash something. Who up in here? Cause I'm due for some sex. And I mean, somebody gonna be in here and I'm here. Hey, I'm Shanice. Ooh, Alex. Yeah, Alex gonna sleep in my bed tonight. She is so ready. She is so ready, y'all. Meanwhile, Bria is ready to cry in the corner because of what just happened. And that's the part that blows me. It's like, girl, you the one that antagonized that situation to be as big as it was. So now you want to play victim and cry because of what? Of what? Somebody tried to make you be accountable? Girl, bye. And Jasmine is so annoying. She's like, Black excellence is everything and F everything else. Everything else is Black excellence. Girl, what? Please don't let her be from my school. Please don't. Please. I doubt it. I doubt it. But please don't let her be from my school, y'all. Next, we see Jordan is doing the most, which I did not understand why she, well, I guess because Bria is Jordan's homegirl, or is it Bria is Shanice's homegirl? I think it's Jordan's homegirl. But Jordan is doing the most, confronting Jasmine about allowing Mariah to talk to and push Bria like she did. And y'all, the way Jordan demonstrated, she shoved the mess out of Jasmine's shoulder. See, you didn't like it when I did it to you, so why did you just ignore it when Mariah did it to her? And they showed the replay of it where Mariah simply was just like, here, get your stuff. Here, you doing all this, you see me trying to get your stuff. She hardly pushed her, and more so, here, get your stuff. So the fact that Jordan felt so strongly and she really did all of that, pushing Jasmine at least twice. See, you know, like somebody like that. Da, 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 da. I hope they get a reunion so that they can see themselves and see it back and be asked questions about it. Because they were just, this situation, and then the fact that everybody's coming at Jasmine because they're too scared to go to Mariah to tell her, hey, you shouldn't have done that, you should have apologized. Well, that's your girl, so you need to check her. If you don't get out of my face with this, Apollo, go on away from me with this, Apollo. That's how I felt about that situation. And I knew I wasn't gonna like Jordan because when earlier in the first episode when they were in the hot tub and they were playing like Truth or Dare and Preston was daring them, oh, kids who you like the most, to Amir and Alex, and they both chose Jordan. Jordan was like, of course they both picked me. I mean, of course they do. I'm cute. I mean, what else? I mean, X means this and that. I mean, what else? I mean, yes, I'm cute, but what else? Girl, what? Please calm down. Pretty please calm down. So I knew from then that Jordan was gonna be too much Takeda, okay? I knew by then. The closing scene is Nick finds the poop that Phil took in the toilet and asks him to flush it. This man, Phil, makes a comparison to slavery because he was like, well, that was my room. Well, nobody knew it was your room, bro. You wasn't here. Well, that's like if slavery was going on and then slavery wasn't going on over here, and then people went over there and was just like, well, I didn't know slavery was going on because of this, that, and the third. What? Everybody, including me, is like, what are you talking about? You're literally not making any sense. And he's like, well, that was a perfect analogy. That was perfect. Oh, you guys got it. And Preston, if your shirt was one size bigger, Preston was just looking at him like, and Alex was like, yo, that's corny, bro. That's corny. That's corny. And Nick is like, you know what? I'm not even finna worry about it. I flushed the toilet myself. I'm not even finna play with this clown. You know how they say, two fools arguing from afar, you can't tell which one is a fool, something like that. or you argue with a fool from a distance, people can't tell which is the fool. Something along the lines when you get to hollering and screaming with somebody, both of y'all look stupid, essentially. And Nick is very much, like I said, Kentucky Derby Kappa. So he's just like, you know what? I'm not finna even play with this. He walks on off. And Alex is like, so you want to be some type of comedian or something, huh? Clearly you want to be some type of comedian. Phil gets to going off. I don't even know what he's saying because it truly doesn't matter. He's just irate and yelling. And Alex is just sitting there like, you done? Okay. And Amir, baby, you see Amir's feet swing off the back of the couch. And that's when I knew, oh, he coming with the smoke, baby. He coming with the smoke. Amir comes over there like, yo, why is you doing all this? You acting like this your house. This our house. We came here. We established these rules. You coming in here trying to ruin the vibe. I'm over it. I'm over it. You hear me? And Phil was like, sit your little ass down. Amir said, come over here and watch what my little ass do your business. And he ready, baby. He got Amir looked like he about that life. He looked like his mama had him in all the martial arts, all the karate. Say like Amir looked like he can hang a swang with it, right? So that's where that episode goes off. Is Alex is like, okay, let me get my boy up out of here. Amir, he ain't even worth it, boy. He ain't even worth it. Just gonna let that clown be. Cause Amir was ready to throw them hands, baby. So that is the end of episodes 1 and 2. I guess I probably end up reviewing this every week, maybe, instead of every other week and making it 2 episodes, because it is good TV. I must admit, it's something new. I like to see black people on my reality TV. And I gotta go let my dog in, y'all. So like, comment, subscribe, all of the things. Share it with others. And bye-bye.